All right, guys, thank you so much for tuning in to this lesson here. All right, so what we're going to do today is we are going to learn about, like collecting like terms. So once we have expanded the brackets, so this is sort of like an extension to what we were doing in the previous lesson. So in the previous lesson, we got one brackets, and then we got something on the outside, and then we have to like combine everything together, every like terms together, I should say. Now for this one, as you can see here, it's a little bit different. So you can see that first of all, it's got two brackets. Okay. Now, even though it looks a bit more complicated, it is still the same thing that we've been doing. Okay, it's just adding a few more steps in. Okay, so as long as you follow the steps, as long as you do the right thing, okay, doing it step by step, you will get it right. The important thing is you follow the steps. Okay, don't skip any step until you are very, very confident with dealing with these questions. Okay, so the way that we would do it here, as you can see, is that we are going to um, break this expression up into two parts. Okay, now because two, we we've got two brackets, we're gonna deal with them one at a time. So I'm gonna deal with the first brackets. Okay, so we've got three brackets, x plus 2y, close brackets. Okay, so the 3 on the outside, I'll put it in here. Then on the inside, we got the x, and then plus 2y goes there. And so we just go, okay, 3 times x. Well, that's going to be 3x. Okay, and then next one, we've got 3 times plus 2y. It's a positive and a positive multiplied together. That's going to give you a positive. Then 3 times 2, that's 6. So 6y. And then we have next one, the second pair of brackets. Now what you can see here is that it's a negative bracket 3x plus y. Well, there's no number in front of the brackets here. Now remember that in algebra, we don't have to write the number 1. So there's actually a hidden 1 right here. Okay, and that's, as you can see, I put negative 1 in front of the brackets here. So negative 1 brackets x 3x, sorry, negative 1 brackets 3x plus y, close brackets. So the negative 1, that's outside, it goes in here. Then you got the 3x plus y inside the brackets. So multiply them together. Negative 1 times 3x. Negative times a positive gives you a negative. And 1 times 3 is 3. So negative 3x. Then we have negative 1 times positive y. Now again, even though there's nothing in front, that's a positive 1 there. Okay, so what we have here is we have a negative 1 times a positive 1. Negative times a positive is a negative. 1 times 1 is 1. So negative 1y. Okay, and now what we can see is, well, first of all, I'm going to rewrite everything without the brackets. So we have 3x plus 6y minus 3x and then minus 1y. Okay, so I see here we've got the x and an x. So 3x minus 3x, well, that's just going to be 0. And then we have I'll use something else here. We have plus 6y minus 1y. Okay, so plus 6 minus 1, that's give you plus 5y. So combine them together, we have 0 plus 5y, and that's going to give you 5y. Okay. Now let's try another question ourselves. All right. So here we've got 3 brackets, x minus 2y, close brackets, minus brackets, 2x plus 3y, close brackets. So first, we're going to separate these brackets. The first one we have is 3 brackets, x minus 2y. Okay, so the 3 that's on the outside, I'll put it in here. Then we've got the x minus 2y inside the brackets. Okay, now you can try and do it, this along with me. So we've got 3 times x, that's going to be 3x. 3 times negative 2y, positive, and a negative gives you a negative. 3 times 2, that's 6. So that's going to be negative 6y. Then we have negative 1 outside, goes here. Okay, so remember, even though there's nothing in front of the brackets here, that means that there's a hidden 1. Then we have 2x plus 3y inside the brackets. Multiply them together, negative 1 times 2x. Negative times a positive is a negative. 1 times 2 is 2, so we have negative 2x. Then negative 1 times positive 3y. Again, negative and a positive gives you a negative, and 1 times 3 is 3, so negative 3y. Okay? All right. Now, if you want to, you can rewrite everything without brackets. What I'm going to do here is, having a look at this one, I can see I've got a 3x and a minus 2x. So 3x minus 2x, well, 3 groups of something, take away 2 groups of that same thing, that means I've got just 1 group left. So I've got 1x, okay? 3x minus 2x is 1x. And then I have minus 6y and a minus 3y. So minus 6y minus 3y. Well, that's going to give me, that's going to be more negative, right? So that's going to be negative 9y. Now, the way that I usually like to think about negative numbers like this is, say, for example, I borrow money from someone, right? I owe them $6, and then I borrow $3 more from them. So that means that now I'm going to owe them $9 in total. Okay, so that's how I usually like to think about it. I'd like to think about it in terms of money. Okay, all right. Now we are very close to finishing here. So combine these two together. That's going to give us an answer of 1x minus 9y. Okay, and you can say that we're done. We're pretty much done. Now, if you want to go an extra step, just a very minor thing, we don't have to write the 1. So we can write it as x minus 9y. Okay, so these two answers, they are equally correct. Okay, for me, I would accept them both. This is more like, I guess the second one is more correct in, in terms of the convention of algebra, but the top one is also correct. Okay, so don't worry if you leave a 1 in there, you are still correct. So hopefully that gives you an idea of how to answer how to expand the expressions where you have 2 brackets like this. Just deal with them one at a time. Expand them separately. Once you've expanded them, then you have a look at, is there any like terms? Are there any like terms? And then you combine the like terms together. Once you have combined the like terms together, then you can go and combine everything together. Okay. Now make sure that you only combine the like terms. If there's no like terms, you just write them. Just write them out. Okay. You don't have to do anything else. So hopefully that helps you with that. And then you just have to do question 6 here. 6 ACE GIK. Okay, so have a go at this question here, and then also you can try, if this works, okay, there we go. You can try question 11 here, and for question 11, it's kind of like you're trying to find the mistakes that people make, okay, and see if you can spot where people have done the wrong thing, okay? So have a go at these two questions, 6 and 11, and then if you want a bit of an extra thing to do, an extension, then you can try question 8 as well, okay? If you're stuck with question 8 and you really, really want to know how to do it, then feel free to email me, um, and or you can come to WebEx and ask me as well. Okay, so this the skills that we've been practicing. Okay, as you can see, just a reminder for everyone is we're working at level 8 at the moment. Okay, and we're moving up to we're getting close to level 9. Okay, so I hope that helps you with the lesson here and also with the questions. Again, if you need any help, please feel free to contact me. All right. Thanks, guys.